क्या तुमने कभी किसी से प्यार किया? कभी किसी को दिल दिया? मैंने भी दिया और फिर मेरा दिल टूट गया और मैंने अपना सारा गुस्सा मेरे बालों पे उतार दिया. In our last video, we spoke about how stress is affecting our day-to-day lives and harming us. But one of the biggest causes of stress to all of us, big enough to get its own episode, is heartbreak. Every single person I know, no pun intended, has been through it at some point or the other. It's more commonly seen with us millennials or the Tinder or OkCupid generation because we are actually putting ourselves out there and dating. This wasn't so common in our parents' generation, most of whom have had arranged marriages, making it very tough for them to understand why exactly we're hurting so much and what the big deal is. So why exactly does heartbreak hurt so much? To understand that, we need to first understand what is love, or rather, what love does to us. Art, cinema, and literature have sold us the beautiful concept of love for centuries, and the creators have made millions of our feelings. You look at someone, they look at you, and there's magic in the air.
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम.
Something clicks, and like Munna Bhai very correctly said, there is a chemical locha that happens in your brain. The mesolimbic system gets activated and dopamine is released, and a reaction very similar to a cocaine rush is activated in you. Wait, that. Whoever said love was a drug was not kidding. Endorphins, oxytocin, and other feel-good hormones flood your body, as a result of which background में violin, हवा में खुशबू और सारी दुनिया technicolor में actually दिखने लगती है. So what happens when you fall out of love? You basically start acting like an addict in withdrawal. You start exhibiting all of the symptoms of stress that I had mentioned in my previous video. भूख नहीं लगती, नींद नहीं आती, बाहर जाने का मन नहीं करता, किसी से मिलने का मन नहीं करता. You feel physically weak and it starts hurting. And there's a scientific reason for that. Emotional and social pain activates the same area in the cortex of your brain as physical pain. In extreme cases, your heart literally breaks. It's called stress cardiomyopathy. It's commonly seen in people who've suffered an extreme emotional loss or in victims of natural calamities or disasters. The continuous release of stress hormones weakens your heart so much that it literally breaks. Now, each and every one of us has different coping mechanisms, and we all have our own ways of dealing with heartbreak. Some of us have emotional reactions ranging from sadness to full-blown severe depression. Certain others may turn to alcohol or drugs to help them deal with it, although that ruins their physical health. Even others end up having meaningless rebound relationships and end up breaking someone else's heart, and thus the heartbreak cycle continues. Now, studies have shown that women are twice as likely as men to face severe depression, although men are known to be 3 times more likely to commit suicide following romantic breakups. In India alone, almost 2 lakh people commit suicide every year, and 25% of those are because of a love story gone wrong. So before we reach that stage, what can we do? And no, before you think I'm going all motivational Guru Shri Shri Vijay Shri on you, I'm not. I'm quoting actual scientific references and articles. First up, social support. Now, when we break up with someone, what happens is our mind plays games on us and it bombards us with highly idealized memories and snapshots of our ex or of the relationship. Meaning we only remember the good times and feel bad that we're missing out. Which is why social support is so important. We need our friends and family to remind us of all the things that went wrong and why that relationship didn't work out. Maybe your ex was really great, but you were not compatible together. Or maybe the relationship was really great, but your ex was a crappy person. So collect your friends around, get some ice cream, and get them to give you what scientists call negative reappraisals, which will help you get an outside perspective which will be far more rational than what your mind is trying to provide at the moment. Letting go of negative emotions. Studies have shown that adolescents with chronic and elevated stress levels in close relationships tend to have massive disruptions in their immune system, leaving them wide open to infections and other diseases of the immune system later in life. The effect of this hit on your immune system could also be seen 10 to 15 years after your actual period of stress. This means that ruminating on all of those negative thoughts would actually allow your past to dictate your future, and not in a good way. So, boys and girls, let go and move on. Forgiveness. In a recent study conducted with 425 participants aged between the years of 50 and 95, they found that people with a forgiving personality had lesser incidences of depression, heart disease, better psychological well-being, and better general health condition. In another study, people were asked to recall their most painful experience related to heartbreak. People with a more forgiving trait, again, found that their blood pressure and heart rate returned back to normal much faster. You know what this means? This means that you don't just need to forgive because you have to be the bigger person here. You need to start forgiving people for your own better health in the long run. People with forgiveness as a trait tend to have lower incidences of heart attacks, strokes, and cardiac arrests too. Forgive, forget, and let karma take care of your ex. Because remember, दुनिया गोल है और हर पाप का double roll है. As a parting message to all my Desi boys and Desi girls, I'd just like to remind you, while we're on the topic of statistics, that the population of our country is 1.3 billion people. And 30% of these people are between the ages of 18 to 30. So basically, what I'm saying is, एक ने साथ छोड़ दिया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? लोगों की कोई कमी नहीं है यहाँ पर. Like Bollywood always says, come, fall in love. And along the way, don't forget to stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. See you next week.